Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to the Dice Tower. This is Look Back, where I take a look at reviews that I did 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and last year this week. And I tell you what I think about those games now, if I think about them at all. So let's go back 20 years ago. I reviewed a game called Gaudy, Hex Tiles, and this is not a very good game at all. 3 out of 10, sorry. The box comes in a hex, which not a very good sign. I also took a look at Wildside. This is from Out of the Box Publishing. Just dice rolling and quickly grabbing matches. Not good at all. 4 out of 10. Babel from Cactus Games, another Bible party style game. Once again, proving that this lack of putting an effort into a biblical based game, this just feels like a ripoff of other party games. 5 out of 10. What will you think of next? One of the worst covers of any game ever. And a word association party game, just 5 out of 10. Ostia, the Harbor of Rome. This is not the new Ostia. This is one from 20 years ago. I distinctly remember playing this and going and hoping I would like it. Like, oh, this is, no, trading goods around, not very good. A 5 out of 10. QQ Chess. I guess if I ever do top 10 Q games, this has a chance of making the list. A mix of Chinese and regular or European chess with traders in it. There's some interesting concepts. 6 out of 10. Warp 6 from Paradise Games, which was these dice are moving around a track and you have different sided dice. When this came out, I was like, ooh, there's an indie company doing some cool things. They never really went farther than this. 6 out of 10. And Darter. This is an abstract game, which I kind of like the Tron bikes, as you have these pieces moving around, these darter pieces. They remade this as Dragons of Kurt. Now, they publish it in this big tube. Not a great way to do it, but it's kind of a neat game. 7 out of 10. And Commands and Colors Ancients. Don't get me wrong, Commands and Colors Ancients, an amazing game. I don't play it as much these days, hence now I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. But still, if you want the most tactically involved of all the Commands and Colors games, this definitely is it. All right, 10 years ago, I reviewed a game called Stinker. I know, they're asking for it. They, not me, they describe it as bananagrams against humanity. Nope. Well, here's the thing. It's not necessarily like Cards Against Humanity. It's that you can... The questions they ask you are trying to lead you down that path to give blue answers. Just not very good. 4 out of 10. Peace Pack. I know a lot of people like the Peace Pack set. This is a pack of tiles and dice and things where you can then, it's like, this is, you know, if you have a deck of cards, there's a gazillion games you can play with that. Well, with the Peace Pack, there's supposed to be lots of games you can play with that. And that's probably true. I just haven't found one yet. 5 out of 10. Steamworks. This is from Tasty Minstrel Alex Churchill. It's kind of a engine building style game. Cool. 7 out of 10. Tempura. With this name and theme, you would think I would hate this game about an eating contest with cats and dishes, but it actually is a nice little push your luck style game, 7 out of 10. Sorry, it's a nice little card game, 7 out of 10. Push your luck style game is Loot and Run. A push your luck style game. I know some people really like this one. For me, this one is good. It's enjoyable. There's probably other push your luck games, but I had fun with this one. Another 7 out of 10. Smash Up. 10 years ago, huh? Smash Up. This one here, I have dropped my rating for this one a little. I still like Smash Up. I still think there's a lot of cool ideas to it. I still have all tons of factions for it, but it's dropped a bit. The game works best with 3, 2 and 4. 2 is too little back and forth. 4 takes too long. But even with 3, it's kind of fading for me a bit. So I still give it a 7 out of 10, but I still like the concept of this one. Council of 4. What a cool game. This game is a Euro style game, but if you do something here, it might cause a bunch of chain reaction and getting all these different benefits. This is one of the first games that put these Italian designers on the map for me. 8.5. Manhattan. Building game with skyscrapers. Still fantastic. Many years after it came out in 94. 8.5. And Archaeology, the New Expedition. This card game from Phil Walker Harding, which is the game that put him on the map. This is a better version of it. It was originally Archaeology, the card game. Still just a small, simple, fun card game. 8.5. 5 years ago, I reviewed Dice Throne Adventures, and the new X-Men Dice Throne really made me think about this and look at it. I just don't like it. 5 out of 10. It's just too random. I love Dice Throne, but not Dice Throne Adventures. Dinos Not Assembled. from Thing 12, a kid's game about, running your little dinosaurs around, 6 out of 10. Seven Bridges, a roll and write game where you're trying to cross these bridges as many times as you can. It's fine, but it feels like a one-time game, 6 out of 10. Bloodborne, the board game. This was before I played Elden Ring and got involved in these universe. I still haven't played Bloodborne, a video game, but this is a nice game. I was surprised at how strategic it was. 7 out of 10. Fayum, this is from Friedman Freese, and it is a game where you trade stuff for other things, and there's all these cards, and it feels almost like too much is going on, but it never gets overwhelming. 7 out of 10. Praga Caput Regni. I now know you can use eggs to put together bricks. But yeah, there's a lot of other things going on. Not as good as their first game, Underwater Cities, but still a very solid game, 7 out of 10. Call to Adventure, Stormlight Archives. Stormlight Archives is my favorite book series of all time. Mixing that with Call to Adventure, building a background, just worked for me, a 7 out of 10. Kahaku, this is about koi fish with these clear acrylic tiles, which really just look great. There's a lot of these games you're placing tiles out. This one I thought worked better than many, a 7.5. Funfair, the remake of Unfair, but without the Take That cards. Sign me up, a 7.5. Dice Throne Season 1 re-rolled. It's funny, when Dice Throne came out, I gave it a good review, but after they redid it with Dice Throne Season 2, and then when this is Season 1, where they kind of just streamlined it a bit, this game just kept growing for me and is now an 8.5. And Aquatica Cold Waters, the first expansion for Aquatica, really enjoyed this one, a 9 out of 10. Last year, I reviewed Setup from Bezier Wizard. This is about making groups of tiles. You're trying to set these tiles out there. It's just too random for me. 5 out of 10. Square One. This is a follow-up to Project L, but instead of having polyominoes, just little squares. You took the best part of the game out, the polyomino part. I don't know why. 5 out of 10. Takoyaki. This is a game about using chopsticks to pick up ping pong balls. That's the game. If you like that sort of thing, dexterity, you'll enjoy it. 6 out of 10. Rooster Chase from Pythagoras. It's like a board game that's masquerading as a card game with all these cards out collecting roosters. It's fine. 6 out of 10. Fives. A trick-taking style game where every card can also be played as a 5. It's fine. 6.5. Flashback Lucy. This is the flashback series where you're looking at cards and everything. I like this. I give it a 7 out of 10. I would like it more, but be warned that some of the theme I thought was a little mature for kids, but it also seems aimed at kids. 7 out of 10, though. Critter Kitchen. Not as good for me as Flamecraft, but there's a lot of good options in here. Worker placement style game where you're sending, well, more like simultaneous selection, but you have different things. There you have a deluxe production, which is frankly over the top deluxe, but still really cool. Lots of fun things. 8 out of 10. And Spooktacular. Spooktacular, a small little game about you're a monster that's come out of the movie screen to terrorize people in that movie, and everyone's a different monster, but it does so in a silly kind of B-movie type way, which I find to be very enjoyable, easy to get to the table. 8.5. So there you go, folks. Those are reviews I did 1, 5, 10, and 20 years ago. Thanks so much for watching Look Back. I'm Tom Vasel on the Dice Tower. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you like this review or whatever you just watched, wasn't it amazing? Check out our channel, Dice Tower. We have all kinds of things. We review games, we do top 10s, we play games live. It's all about board games, but especially the people who play them. Check out Dice Tower YouTube channel.